How's it going, guys? Hope you all are doing great. This is Vlog coming to you live, and welcome back on where we left off on Jujutsu Kaisen. Towards the ending of the previous reading, Geto appeared and did something to Mahito, which we don't know. And I'm kind of questioning if we are going to see Satoru Gojo get out of the sealing container that he's been sealed in. So without further ado, let's continue on where we left off. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 34. Let me remove this. Okay, let me put this out. All right. So Are you familiar with the maximum technique? Apart from domains, they are cursed techniques, most supreme art. The curse manipulation technique, maximum Uzumaki, combines all cursed spirits I have observed into one and hits my opponent with super condensed cursed energy. You mentioned Uzumaki right there. That Uzumaki. Shout out to Naruto Shippuden, man. Let's continue. Oh, sorry, I realized I had suddenly started acting like him. Okay, before the first part, Itadori asked Geto a question. Why are you laughing? Because Geto is laughing. Itadori asks him, why are you laughing? Geto responds, oh, sorry. I realized I had suddenly started acting like him. We are talking about Uzumaki. Uzumaki is powerful, but using it means I negate cursed spirit manipulations, advantage the great number of moves at my disposal. So at first, I didn't find it to be that exciting. I simply thought of it as recycling low grade cursed spirits. For now, I will wait. For now, I will wait this out. But I was wrong. Its true value is revealed when cursed spirits of semi-grade 1 or higher are used, and the technique is extracted. And what he did to Mahito towards the end, because he grabbed his body and condensed it into one energy, one little ball, he's about to shove it inside his mouth. Geto opens his mouth and shoves it in there. How foolish. Did you think I wouldn't? Did you think I wouldn't? Sorry, did you think I would not notice something that you had sensed? And in that moment, Momo, with her broomstick, shows up. And not only that, Momo showed up. Let me do a quick rundown on the characters here. Because Momo showed up with another character as well, whose name I'm not too familiar with, but I do recognize the face. So let's go to the character board and find out. Okay, Momo showed up with Noritoshi Kamo. A single and a signal and the target is directly under Nishimaya. And Kamo shoots this arrow. Right? Kamo shows up with his bow and arrows, fires it at Mahito. But it seems like Mahito dodged it here. And while he's trying to evade the arrow, a sniper shoots at Mahito. A sniper rifle? I like that. I agree that it's wise to use conventional weapons when attacking a sorcerer. If I remember, if I remember correctly, when I was captain of the youth basketball team, mother would often dye my hair black. In junior high, I met the person who would become my mentor and choose to become a jujutsu sorcerer. Even though I had never held a wooden or bamboo sword, much less a katana, I held onto that katana tightly because I didn't want to be a burden on my own mother, and because I didn't want to die. New shadow style. So Ghetto is about to activate another one of his technique. I am putting everything my parents I am putting everything my present and future into this. Even if it means I never swing a katana again. Okay? Let's continue. Battle sword drawing. And this girl or this character goes after Ghetto to attack him and swings the sword, and I believe Ghetto uses battle sword drawing and he breaks the sword maximum Uzumaki, and he activates this Uzumaki thing. No, don't. New shadow style, huh? It's certainly nice. Facing someone with a little known how, facing someone with a little know how, Kusakabe. So, okay, Kusakabe, you didn't, you shouldn't be out in front. Well, not like there is any choice. Itadori. So, Panda shows up, Kusakabe shows up, Kamo is there as well, Momo is there. Itadori looks up and sees Panda and says, Panda, senpai. And Kyoto, dude, good. I am a gorilla now. You are back. So Panda shows up in his gorilla form, as we've seen him use it to fight Machimaru in the anime. And we know how durable and how strong that gorilla is. Does the man have Satoru Gojo and the Prism Ram? So it seems. But what's so great about carrying around that public nuisance? Who is that? He looks like Shugoro Ghetto, but I don't know who's inside. So he said, okay, okay, but I don't know who is inside. And all of a sudden, we see Choso. Choso shows up. Budum, 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 budum. Budum, budum. Ghetto looks behind him and sees it, and he says, Greetings, Choso. And we see Itadori looking at this. And that huge hole that Ghetto made is still there. Budum, budum. That guy. Budum, 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 budum. I have three parents. My mother, the cursed spirit, and impregnated her. And the man who mixed his blood with theirs and toyed with my mother thereby earning my hate. It appears you have noticed. So that's the deal, huh? Norotoshi Kamo. So Choso calls Norotoshi Kamo, and it seems like he's about to go after him. And we see Kosabe and the other sorcerers, including Kamo, Panda, Itadori. Narutoshi Kamo? Me? Huh? What does he mean? The bloat on the Kamo clan, the evilest sorcerers in history. If that's true, what's inside Ghetto is over 150 years old. And Kogosabe or Kosokabe says ridiculous barrier techniques, and ridiculous powerful cursed tools. For a mastermind with a cursed technique that allows him to enter other bodies, yeah, it makes sense. Noritoshi Kamo is but one of many names. Call me whatever you want. How? How dare you try to make me kill my little brother, Itadori? Step aside, bottom feeder. Don't make me wait any longer. Out of my way. I am his older brother. And that brings us to the end of chapter 134. Chapter 135. It's an effect of my cursed technique. I can sense the transformation of my younger brothers through our blood connection, no matter how far away they are. I saw it with my own eyes. I had an intense sensation of Yujiji Itadori's death. That must mean Yuji is my younger brother? If Noritoshi Kamo has extended his life by moving from body to body, then nothing is impossible. So, using all my strength, I will fulfill my duty as the older brother. Now, guys, just to point something out here, um, ever since Itadori fought Choso, and I believe whatever is happening to Choso, I think Sekuno might have a hand in it, because at this point, Choso believes Itadori to be one of his younger brother. He's no longer interested on killing Itadori here, even after they fought. So all this time he's been reminiscing, trying to add the pieces together or trying to piece out everything in his head, and he believes that Itadori is his younger brother, and now he's looking forward to protect him after all that battle that they had previously. So I'm not sure if what is happening to Choso has something, or if Sekuna has something to do with it or not, or if Itadori is indeed Choso's younger brother, which I don't believe. But you guys can let me know. Blood manipulation? So powerful. And he uses this blood manipulation and attacks one of the sorcerers. No, not one of the sorcerers. I remember the face of this lady. Let's go down to the character board here. Yes. Cheso uses his blood manipulation to attack Urarumi. Urarumi. It's fast. So this is piercing blood. And Choso continues to attack. Geto continues to attack Urarumi. And he goes after Geto to punch him, but Geto evaded his attack. And he goes after Geto once more. And again, Geto himself, it seems like there are two personality inside him. The real Geto may be trapped somewhere and someone is using his body. Like it's such a weird uh character display in terms of Geto right now. And Cheso and Geto is now duking it out. Yeah, let's quickly update scene there. And also at this point, I'm not sure what's going to happen to you know what? Let's not update the stream at this point because I'm believing and I'm hoping that Todo is going to show up here to do something amazing. I'm not sure yet, but let's see. Because I'm not sure where Todo is at this point. Don't push your life. Don't push yourself. You must be tired. And Choso says, so what? Is that any reason not to put my life on the line for my little brother? I am just asking, but you are not related, right? So Panda sees and he heard the response that Choso gave to Ghetto, and he asked Itadori, I'm just asking, but you are not related, right? And let's see what Itadori says. Itadori says, no way, he almost killed me earlier. Todo too. Are you giving off freaky phenomenons or something? But he has created a disturbance. Yep. We must take advantage of it. No matter what, we must retrieve the prison realm. So all the sorcerer's focus right now is to get that prison realm in order to free Satoru Gojo. And we see Momo. Momo is up in the air, and Panda in his gorilla form says unblockable drumming. Let's see what this does. And in that moment, all eyes are on Panda. And the next thing, Urarumi says ice formation, frost calm. And she activates her eyes frost calm and stops Panda from using that what did he call it again? From using his unblockable drumming. One wrong move and we will all be ripped apart. Don't kill them. I need a messenger. So Urarumi uses that frostbite or frozen thing and activates it, and he almost froze everybody out. It got Panda for sure. Kokusabe or Kusakabe is also frozen, but half of his body it has been frozen. And Choso himself got caught in that attack. And Geto says, "Don't kill them. I need a messenger." And Uraromi says, "Is that is that reason enough to let everyone live?" And Kokosabe says, reserved cursed technique. This cursed technique is on a whole other level. I wanna go home. Yeah, because from the get go, uh, Kosakabe didn't want to engage in any fight from the get go. You know, he says he want to go home, and this eyes isn't enough to hold me. Florin red scale. Then, how much is Uraromi goes after Chiso, and in that moment, before Uraromi could attack him again, Itadori comes out of nowhere and kicks Choso out of that eye's attack. Uraromi says, "Whose body do you think that is? You are our ally, right? I am the only one who wasn't frozen. Must have something to do with Sekuna." "I am your older brother. Take this seriously, would ya? Why don't you try calling me Big Brother? Just once." And Momo is, she lands on the ground and she says, "Tool manipulation. Wind sacred." And she fires it at Geto and Uraromi. And let's see what happens here. And it seems like they avoided the attack, of course. And Momo says they withstood that with their bare hands. That hurts. Itadori, we are the only ones who can move right now. We gotta buy time until Uchihime Sensei is ready. A messenger? Ice formation. Yuji Itadori alone. We will be enough. Ice fall. So Uroromi is now in front of Geto, protecting him. Geto is not even doing anything right now. Uroromi is doing all the work. Of course, Geto also will intervene if he needs to, but Uroromi is one using her ice shield to attack and also shield her and Geto. And she activates that ice fall, and all these ice starts falling on the sorcerers, and it froze them. "We are gonna die." Itadori says, "We are gonna die," and this time the ice touched Itadori and kind of froze him as well, like some part of his body. "It's been a while, Geto. I can get your answer from before. What kind of girls are you into? What kind of girls are you into?" Let's see who this lady is. I'm not sure here. This might be Suda. The lady that asked this question could be Suda or Todo's sister. Let's continue. What kind of girls are you into? And Geto looks and said, Yuki Susukomo. Yuki Susukomo. Let's go to the board here and say if there is any Yuki. Okay. I don't see any Yukis. Kususumo. So Geto responds Yuki to Kumo. And that brings us to the end of chapter 135. Chapter 136. Do you remember our talk about how to create a world where curses no longer exist? No matter what method you adopt, humans, human beings will advance one stage higher. I need to buy time for Lori to move. The next stage of humanity lies in breaking away from cursed energy. No, it lies in optimizing cursed energy. Actually, I don't get either way. I thought you abandoned the method 12 years ago when Toji Zenin died. I was talking to Geto. Oh well, I came back to the original principles. Besides, your method has a big hole. Compared to Japan, extremely few Jujutsu sorcerers and cursed spirits appear overseas. Tejin's barrier is necessary for optimizing cursed energy. The only ones capable of becoming sorcerers through Tejin and optimizing cursed energy are the humans of this country. That would mean Japan has a virtual monopoly on cursed energy, a certain superpower, and the middle the Middle East would not remain silent. Flesh and blood human beings are the energy source. So you can easily imagine the suffering that would result. That is a world far removed from the ideal that I pursue. Ha ha ha. So what? We have different objectives. I do not wish for a world without cursed spirits, or an idyllic and peaceful world. Non sorcerers, sorcerers, cursed spirits. These are all possibilities of cursed energy in the form of human beings. And yet, there must be more. There must be more to human potential I try to bring that forth myself. Bless me. But that doesn't work. What can I create? What I can create does not exceed the bounds of my own potential. The answer is always lurking darkly in chaos. Do you understand what I should have created with what I should have created was chaos that not even I could control. I have already extracted the cursed technique. There is a cursed spirit called Mahito, right? He has a cursed technique that can manipulate the soul. That guy just observed him. Seriously? I ideal transfiguration. And Geto summons he uses his transfiguration. Tejin's barrier? No, this is remote activation of a cursed technique. Thank you, Yujiji Itadori. The quality of the cursed spirits techniques the quality of the cursed spirits techniques ceases to grow. At the moment, they are observed and cursed spirit manipulation. Mahito grew during his fight against you. I actually wanted Jugo too, but oh well. What have you done? I remotely cast ideal transfiguration on two types of non-sorcerers already been marked, who had already been marked. Tsumiki Fushiguro. Okay. Tsumiki Fushiguro. Let's go. You know what? Let's just keep reading. Because this name Tsumiki Fushiguro, it must be related to Magami Fushiguro in some way, but let's just keep reading. The people who had ingested cursed objects like Yujiji Itadori, and the people who cursed techniques whose brains were meant to be non sorcerers like Jumbe Yoshino. I adjusted their brains for sorcerers. To the, to the former, I gave strength as vessels. To the latter, the capacity to use cursed techniques. And as of this moment, I have broken the seal on the cursed objects. Some have some have some have been deep in slumber since being exposed to my cursed energy at the time of making, but they will soon awaken to deepen their understanding of cursed energy. I will have them fight each other. I carefully chose them and the cursed objects. Think of think of it as releasing 1,000 malevolent UGG Itadoris. Oh, okay. 1,000? That's not many. You underestimate human rationality. You think people will kill each other simply because they got power? Everything has an order. I would not make such an oversight. Your questions are starting to lack perspicacity. Perspicacity. That's how it's pronounced. He's pissing me off. Let's go beat him down. Sorry, I can't move right now. Huff huff. What happened? Urarumi. Urarumi. What happened, Urarumi? Reserved curse technique regenerated my hand, but poison? My blood was mixed in with piercing blood. Of course, it's poison. Wait, there is no backup from Mai. There may still be more of them. My comrade is protecting Ayu, the girl with the gun, as well as the suit. They don't belong here. Can you move? Yeah, I can regulate body temperature, so no problem. So at this point, Panda and Camel has been freed, as well as Itadori and Choso, I think. I can't take any more. Kokosabe is has been freed as well. He's lying on the ground, and he says, "I can't take any more." And I am still. And Geto says, "I am still talking. The cursed objects that I provided are what's left of sorcerers. I painstakingly made vows with a melon millennium millennium ago. You see how they write these things can be confusing at times. Vows with a millennium ago. However, I did not only enter into contracts with sorcerers, but those vows became null when I obtained this body. No way. This is the word of the future. And we see bunch of cursed spirits, cursed energy. I believe Geto is one activating all of these. There is so many of them. And Geto says, "Goodbye, Yuji Itadori." The Prism Ram! Gojo Sensei, I expect much from you. And okay. And Choso comes in front of Itadori. Are you listening, Sekuno? It is beginning once again. The word of Heian, the golden age of cursed techniques. That takes us to 137. The 23 words are almost entirely destroyed. The safety of the acting prime minister's office, including the shelf cabinet secretary, is uncertain. To be clear, the only area we can say are safe are portions of the municipalities of Komotama, Umi City, Akayorino City, Achihoji City, Machida City, as well as Verocious Islands. Right now, right, the number of the cursed spirits released is not less than 10 million. A, a political void, a literal void, given that we must formulate an evacuation plan for roughly 5 million residents of the city at minimum. Um, okay, right now, the number of cursed spirits released is not less than 10 million. Use whatever available, use whatever is available. Love hotels, com- campsites, even ghost towns if necessary. The minimum infrastructure is fine. So, what Ghetto did, it turns out that it unleashed 10 million cursed spirits. Man, that. Okay. You want to designate the whole city as an area subject to an evacuation order? Won't the Japan Business Federation be furious? Well, they can't. Well, they can't lobby if they are all dead. The barrier certain on the imperial residence reestablished in the Meiji era. After that, we established them as restricted area and they become completely uninhabited. And the barriers centered directly above the tombs of the stair corridor, which was a candidate location for the capital's transfer to Tokyo at the end of the Tokugawa shogunates. We can force expansion of both of the prefecture's boundaries. Now there is so much information here. There is like a lot of writings here that the way they positioned it, it is so difficult to piece them out one by one how it's read. So I'm going to be reading a lot of stuff. Uh, the yen is still depreciating. That's not good for exports. Okay, the yen is still depreciating. That's not good for exports, isn't it? Make public. Oh my goodness. Make public the existence of cursed spirits. Are you serious? Okay, let's go to the other side of the page. The way things are now, large numbers of cursed spirits will appear everywhere. Sorcerers are guarding evacs within the city at this very moment. During a power vacuum at this scale, foreign military intervention is a possibility. We could announce that cursed spirits only appear in Tokyo. You mean encourage the leak to Tokyo about the cursed energy of ordinary people? and confine the appearance of cursed spirits to there. That's why I recommended Itami as a candidate site for transferal when Kansai International Airport was built. Well, maybe it's better this way. The decision would be impossible if the Kasumigasaki were functioning. There are too many conspiracies, terrorists. Okay. Yum, 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 yum. Who is this character? Come, come. It's dangerous here. A hot bath. And you can sing songs? Where's mom? Mom and dad and big sister and little brother and teacher are all there. I don't have a little brother and I hate my teacher. I don't have a little brother and I hate my teacher. It seems like everything this little girl says, this being, this cursed spirit, says the same thing. You okay? You want a drink? Give me. Okay. And she goes to give him a drink, and the spirit transforms into a huge giant piranha fish. Oh my goodness. The girl looks at it, and in the nick of time, I believe Kokusabe appeared in the nick of time and stabbed this weird looking cursed spirit in the middle of his head, like stabbed him in the head with his sword. Sorry, did I scare you? Are you hurt? Are you with anyone like your mother or father? I don't know. This is a commercial district, so I doubt she's from around here. Have you walked a lot? I thought so. And while they are talking, you can see the mouth of the cursed spirit that he disposed of starts to open its mouth. You have been doing a good job. And the cursed spirit that he thought that he killed, it opens his mouth to swallow him. He uses some of his techniques and just obliterate the cursed spirit. Okay, this is another character. Let's see in the character. Let's look at the character board. Um, so I'm not sure who this character really is, but I hope that they will say his name soon. But I'm guessing that his name is probably Muta. Kokichi Muta. Well, let's keep going because I'm not sure. So you can see that, right? Ricky, please try not to overdo it. Okay? Good work, Kokosutsu, Kokutsu. You don't really intend to thank me. So let's just get to the main event. Now you know I will obey your commands. No matter how many cursed spirits you kill, it's proof of nothing. I think they should have put there, it proves nothing. Then, should I enter into a binding vow or something? I don't care if his master, Gojo's pupil, he cut off Inamaki's arm in Shibuya. I will kill Yuji Itadori myself. Okay. Notice from Jujutsu headquarters. Shugoro Geto's survival has been confirmed and he has been sentenced to death again. 2. Satoru Gojo has been deemed an accomplice in the Shibuya's incident and is thus permanently exiled from the Jujutsu world. Furthermore, removing his seal will be considered a criminal act. 3. Masamichi Yoga shall receive the death penalty for insisting Satoru Gojo and Sugoro Geto and causing the Shibuya incident. 4. The suspension of Yuji Itadori's death sentence is revoked and the execution is to be carried out immediately. 5. Special grade sorcerer Yuta Okotsu is appointed Yuji Itadori executioner. That takes us to chapter 138. That girl Mai, Naoya Zenin, special grade 1 sorcerer. Worry about the head of the clan right now. Besides, the one who's dying is Maki. Really? Whatever then. Maki may be pretty, but she's unacceptable. She doesn't know how to support a man. Any woman who can't walk 3 steps behind a man should get stabbed in the back and die. In that respect, Mai is great. She's got the same face as Maki and is just as buxom. Though she acts tough, she knows she's a woman. You are late. What have you been doing? Ogai Zenin, special grade 1 sorcerer. Nichi Zenin, special grade 1 sorcerer. This must be in the past. They're showing us the Zenin family, the higher ups even. Right now, your father is on death's door. Sorry, but it doesn't matter if I come or not, because the next head of the Zenin's clan is me. My older brothers are all losers, and you, my uncle, haven't amounted to much despite being his little brother. His daughter is out of the question. As for Chinichi, well, your face is no good. Too bad you and Toji's place aren't reserved. And Chinichi took insult to that, goes after Zenin, or let me say his first name, Naoya. Naoya. Okay? Chinichi goes after Naoya and Naoya evades his attack or avoids it. Please, daddy's hovering at death's door. Why can't we all get along? So while Trinity attacked him, the other guy, Ogi, Zenin, holds his sword. He reacted so fast and holds his sword close to Naoya's neck, and he says, "Please." And Naoya at this point had to diffuse the tension. Please, that is hovering at death's door. Why can't we all get along? I see everyone is here. Master Naobito Zenin, the head of the Zenin clan, has just passed away. I, Furudent, am in possession of his will. According to Master Naobito's wishes, I am to read the will. When Ogi Zenin, Chinichi Zenin, and Naoya Zenin are all present. If there are no objections, I will now read the will. The 27th head of the Zenin clan is to be Naoya Zenin. Naoya is to inherit all assets according to the cursed tools stored in the Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High School and Zenin's family cursed warehouse. Upon approval by either Ogi Zenin or Chinichi Zenin, Naoya may take over all duties. Whatever. However, if Satoru Gojo has died or become mentally incapacitated for any reason, a written agreement concluded with Toji Fushiguro will welcome Magami Fushiguro into the Zenin clan. Whereupon he shall become the head of the Zenin clan, and all assets shall pass to him. What? In the end, those two are weak. They will prefer some brat they barely know to me, so they won't do anything. Where is Magami now? And what's he doing? I don't know the details, but it appears he is searching for Yuji Itadori in Tokyo. Who is that? Sekono's vessel. Then tell the higher ups that Naoya Zenin will kill Sekono's vessel. Huh? Magami. Magami is where Sekono's vessel is right now? I will kill both of them. Tokyo has become a realm of demons now. It doesn't matter when or how people die. It will work. I will work it out after I kill them. After all, I am the head of the Zenin clan. And the dialogue goes back to the real fighting scene. Like the sorry for not acting sooner. The situation has reached a point where I thought I should temporarily just keep an eye on things. Have you realized I am not necessarily on your side? I am just a humble beauty who wants to eradicate cursed spirits from this world by way of apology by comrades, and I will take responsibility for delivering those kids who were dear. It's about time I confront Tegan. What will you do? Yuji, how are your injuries? I am good, somehow, despite being hit by Black Flash. I think that's because of Sekuna. I can tell that this strength is growing. I can tell that his strength is growing. Yuji, don't worry about me. You can return to Jujutsu High. I have to collect the remains of Shuso and the others anyway. I am not worried about you. The problem isn't whether I want to return or not. Sekuno is plotting something involving Fushiguro. Besides, who is to say that someone who is to say that someone you save? Besides, I killed too many people. I won't kill someone in the future. I can no longer stay with everyone. Are you fine with it? I also killed your little brothers. It's fine. That was a misunderstanding. If Eso and Kichusi were in my place, they would say the same thing. It isn't about forgiving or not forgiving. Brothers are just like that. Let's go. Right now, we have to take care of as many cursed spirits as possible. So it's actually interesting now that um hmm, Cheso and Itadori are getting along. It's really, really interesting. And we see a picture of Cheso and Itadori and a picture of Aoya Zenin, and this guy, if I'm not mistaken, his name must be Muta Kokichi, if I am not mistaken, because I don't see any character close to that, close to his design. Leaderboard. Anyways, let's continue. Oh, okay. I see his face now. A third year student, Yuta Kokotsu. Okay, Yuta Kokotsu. Yuta Okokotsu. Man, this Japanese name, man. If I'm butchering them, well, I'm not used to pronouncing them, so that's why. So that takes us to chapter 39. Sorry, 139. Um, Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 139, Hunter. So we see Itadori doing the clap thing Todo did or taught him. He claps, and there is a huge there are two huge cursed spirits behind him. Here is some. And it seems like each time he claps, he attacks them. And at this point, more cursed spirits shows up, the one with wings, and Itadori makes a run for it, and they chase him. And a lot of cursed spirits are now after Itadori at this point while he's running. They are literally gunning after him. The city has been filled with cursed spirit, and Itadori is doing the best he can to avoid them. And the next thing, Itadori runs into Chiso and he says, Chiso! And Chiso does his blood piercing blood. And that piercing blood goes through these cursed spirit. And then the one with wing pops up, Yuji. And Yuji Itadori attacks the other one, punches it so hard. And okay. Going back to chapter 138, it seems like things has taken another turn of event because at this point, Choso is no longer looking to kill Itadori, but he is protecting him at this point. No? He's protecting him at this point. Okay, let's continue. Incredible. He had already impressed me with his power when we fought. Since then, he's added finesse fluid control of cursed energy, along with unreal physical strength. He's now a demon god. Hmm. And he still isn't fully recovered. As impressive as ever, little brother. Are you still calling me that? I will keep calling you that over and over. Try to recollect after all. Your father had stitches on his forehead, didn't he? Hmm? And again, I don't know where Todo is. What happened to Todo, yo? I don't see Magami. Am I the first one here? And Aura Zenin pops up. Who is that? Was he talking about Fushiguro? Is that possible? Is that possible? He is that slow? What are you two doing? You thoroughly stand out. Don't you want to run? Run? Huh? Don't you know? Your death sentence is back on since Satoru's support is gone. Huh? Ah, Gojo's so flexible that he has saved many sorcerers. Anyway, let's just keep going. I don't, you know, when they put all these side uh flashback thoughts, it kind of ruins the flow of the reading of Jujutsu Kaisen sometimes. My business is with Magami, so I honestly don't care if you live or die. But I can't have you scraping or scapping around. So I will start by breaking your legs. What do you want with Fushiguro? I think I will have him die. but I would help, but it would help if he wrote a little something first. And Iowa Zenin appears in the middle of Itadori and Cheso. He had Magami. He heard Magami is looking for you. Sorry, let me read that again, man. I heard Magami is looking for you. And Itadori says he's fast. So at this point, Choso Itadori versus Anaoa or Naoa Zenin. They are fighting now. They start duking it out. He's really fast, but it's probably a curse technique. And Anaoa says, You are tough. You're tough than I thought. To be honest, I didn't expect much. I understand he's the vessel, but who is that with him? Shall I try upping my speed? And in that moment, something is about to happen. Gojo Sensei? No, something creeper. And they look up, and it is this character, Yota Okotsu, pops up. You're not alone. That takes us to chapter 145. Sorry, not 145. I'm getting ahead of myself here, man. 140. Oh my goodness. I'm getting ahead of myself. Chapter 140, Execution. Who are you? Whoever he is, his objectives appears to be, and this Yuta, he says, who is with Itadori? Hmm? So you're Yuji's executioner. Wait, just a second. I am on your side. You are Okotsu, right? Okotsu. He's the second year Fushiguro mentioned, just like Gojo Sensei. Who are you? He's a special grade sorcerer. I am Naoa Zenin, Maki's cousin. I am also here to kill Itadori. And in that moment, Choso says, you gotta run, Yuji. Don't worry, I won't interfere. But in return, huh? Blondie is a speed type, but there is a hidden trick to it. Playing chess with him would be bad, so I will take him. Will you be alright? Yeah, I will. But the one they want is you, Yuji. This way, Yuji won't have to fight human sorcerers or feel bad about leaving me. Just think about getting away from Okutsu, the one with dark hair. I am guessing he's the type. I am guessing he's the same type as Satoru Gojo. If you fight him, you will die. He's such a pain. He's such a pain. He's such a handful. Even if you kill Itadori, will you refrain from telling your superior for a while? I wish I hadn't mentioned Magami. That was scary. He's bait for someone I want to meet. I will meet you at yesterday's spot. Alright, very well. I leave the order to you. And okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see who is attacking. So in that moment, Itadori makes a run for it. Yuta goes after him with his sword, and Choso and Naoa Zenin is fighting. Itadori looks behind him and sees Yuta coming. He's fast, all the while holding a drawn katana. And Yuta looks at Itadori and says, he's fast. I expected to take him out in my initial rush. And the dialogue goes to Cheso. Did they guess I would try to block Okutsu? And him and Zenin are now duking it out, exchanging fists. I saw you earlier. That was blood manipulation, right? I don't know why you have that, but other than piercing blood, it's not that frightening. And in order to use piercing blood, you need to convergence, which requires charging up. I don't need to say the rest for you to understand. This is checkmate. So now you die. No, I am warning you. Do you think you can leave here alive after trying to hurt my little brother? Okay. And in that moment, we see Yuta fighting Itadori, trying to cut him, but Itadori is agile enough to um, avoid his katana. I was sure I sliced him, but you're like Maki. And Itadori punches the car. I can't shake this guy out in the open. Now is my chance. Dart inside. And as Itadori tried to get inside the little area, like as he tries to get inside the house or run inside a closed area, uh, Yuta threw a car at him, blocking his path from running inside a closed area. Surprised? I don't look like the power type, despite not having much power. He has an immense amount of cursed energy. I am actually on the weak side. He compensates for his lack of power with cursed energy reinforcement. Everyone does it, but when he does, you're you are the exact opposite of me. You noticed, huh? I have got more than Gojo Sensei's cursed energy, huh? But Sensei has the six eyes, so the energy that's lost when he activates a cursed technique is infinitesimally infinitesimally close to zero. Of course, Sensei is the best. After all, I can run out of cursed energy, but he doesn't. Now I am done talking. He goes after Itadori, swings his katana sword. Itadori barely avoids it. Seriously? The flow of energy for an elite sorcerer is difficult to read, but for different reasons than you. An elite an elite fighter has greater accuracy in controlling cursed energy, making it difficult to predict an attack until the moment it's executed. Okay? But this guy, his whole body, including his katana, is constantly surging with cursed energy. Hmm. The problem isn't about reading his moves, his every attack can be decisive, and he can restrict all damage to minimum. Sorry, I can't die just yet. That takes us to chapter 141. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 141, the front of the back. Yuji and Yuta is fighting at this point. It seems like Yuta manages to cut Yuji just a little bit. First, I need to do something about that katana. As long as I can steal my body with cursed energy, I don't fear blades. But if I think that way about this human opposite, about this human opponent, he will make mincemeat of me in no time. Okay, Itadori tries to make a run for it. Yuta cuts him off. Itadori goes for a straight missile kick. And Yuta comes with his sword. Itadori. Okay, and Itadori pulls out a dagger. A knife. A knife. Where had he get that? Oh, must be from that four-wheel drive. Is it an SUV? I suppose it's a survival knife. If it isn't a special curse tool, I don't need to fear it. So Itadori is now holding a knife. Yuta holding a sword. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Close in. Imbue the knife with cursed energy. Depending on the type, I recommend training with a focus on weapons, but it's no good to rely on cursed tools to the point of neglecting cursed energy control. So you are not ready for something like this yet, Yuji. And this is when Gojo Sensei was training Itadori. And Itadori clashes his knife with Yuta's sword. I haven't learned this. You are too focused on my katana. Even a mere forward kick from him is incredibly powerful. And Yuta goes after that knife and cuts it into two. Now Itadori no longer has a knife, he has a dagger, and when he slashed that knife into two, the sword kind of slashed Itadori's side a little bit. It greased his body a little, and blood is coming out of it. And Itadori, okay, let's see here. And Itadori manages to kick the edge of that sword, breaking the sword into two. Yuta's sword also turned into a dagger. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one right there. That's a good one. And that kick managed to push Yuta backwards, giving Itadori a good room to think of his next attack. And Yuta looks at the sword and said, he broke it. Well, of course, he's Gojo Sensei's pupil. This was never going to be easy. And it seems like Itadori goes after him. My wound is deep, but my guts are, are all still intact. And now we are both unharmed. As he goes after Utah, a huge hand covers his face and now is holding Itadori and pins him on the ground. Like just pins him, holding his head like as if it's about to break his head. What's going on here? We are just playing Rika. Rika? What is what is this a Shikigami? Where had it come from? I can't move, it's too strong. Hold him for me. Oh man. While the Rika holds Itadori, Yuta slashes him with that sword now turned into a dagger. Sorry, Itadori. And we see Sekino. Sekino is not happy about what just happened. And the dialogue goes to Choso fighting Ayoa Zenin. And Ayoa Zenin kicks Choso so hard that he crashes through the wall. And Choso says he's fast. I have no idea what kind of curse technique he's using, and he's overwhelming me, so I don't think he will choose to disclose it. Forget it about the convergence. I can't even control the blood outside my body. You're tough. Seriously, who are you? I am the oldest of 10 siblings. Flowing red skull. Stack. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 142. A big brother's back. I am the oldest of 10 siblings. That's no answer. I am asking about your cursed technique and toughness. And these two continues to fight. Oh, okay, he's adjusted to me. Flowing red scale is forcing, is focusing that technique in his extra, extraocular muscles to raise his dynamic visual acuity. And in that moment, Iowa Zenin closes in on Cheso and hits him so hard. Cheso is bleeding at this point. Too bad for you, but I always act on the assumption that you will counter. Ah, since you're a pain in the ass, I thought it best to use this weapon. So it seems like a little knife, a little butter knife. He pulls it out, or, or more or less a dagger. You have got blood manipulation, so stopping bleeding is your forte. Is your forte, but how long can you last against me while paying attention to that? You are well prepared. Honestly, it isn't cool for a sorcerer to walk around with a weapon, so keep it a secret. Those who wield weapons are dependent on them to win, and there are a lot of sorcerers who carry them around. The way my older brothers show them off is pathetic. I can't pronounce that word now. What is going on? Pathetic. I am amazed at how they complained about Toji. So you hate your brothers? There is no point to big brothers who are inferior to their little brothers. They should hang themselves and die. But maybe it's because of them that you are who you are. Huh? Did you just say something nauseating? How absurd. Whether they are superior or inferior, older brothers are older brothers' role. Let, let me read that again. Whether they are superior or inferior, older brothers are role models for their younger brothers. If the older brother takes the wrong path, the younger brothers can avoid it. And if I take the right path, my little brothers can follow behind. What if you're strong because your older brothers are weak? You asked why I'm tough. I will tell you, it's because I didn't have someone to guide me, so I kept making mistakes. Nonetheless, I must walk ahead of my little brothers. That's why I'm strong. And Choso activates something else, and Anaoa says, "What's he doing? How can he bleed that much and live?" Oh man, a huge pile of blood comes out of Cheso. That painting have mixed blood from cursed spirits and humans. They have a special constitution capable of converting cursed energy into blood. As long as they have cursed energy, they won't die of blood loss. Hmm. Crap! He forced me away and I lost sight of him because of the mass amount of blood. What a slow attack. He must be dying from blood loss after all. And the next thing, Chiso pops out on the other side and he does that blood piercing thing. But Iowa Zenin, or Anayoa Zenin, manages to evade it. I can't let this touch me. And Chuso comes with a sidekick. Zenin blocks it with his forearm. My legs feel heavy. He is controlling the blood stains on my hakama. You know what comes next. This is checkmate. You sure? My curse technique trace movements at 24 FPS. So it's no problem for me to move despite being in this bind. Go on, try it. Why? This move was a Chisel original. Isn't he releasing his attack? This move was a Chisel original, born of Chisel, honing his own cursed technique for 150 years. Supernova. Sorry, but I didn't love your brothers. And I can't understand that. And while Chisel is fighting Zenin, he hears sorry, but I didn't love your brothers, and I can't stand that. Yuta drags Itadori and then attacks, and Chisel turns and says, "What?" And Yuta attacks him. Looks like you're hurt. Anawa. So Yuta looks at Zenin, Anawa Zenin, and says, "You look hurt, Anawa." Which brings us to the end of chapter 142, chapter 143. Chapter 143, one more time. Don't look down on me. What? Poison? Can blood manipulation do that? No, this isn't the effect of a curse technique. There was so much blood. He isn't human. A fully fledged curse? My body is rejecting non human blood that entered me. Shall I heal you? My reserve curse technique can heal people in return. Please inform your superiors of Itadori's death. Jin. Yes, father? If it's about her, I am leaving. Jin, you can live your life however you like, but give up on that woman. You will die. Don't talk about such things in front of Yuji. They say babies remember more than we think. I know you wanted a child, and that didn't happen with Kario, but her death was father-in-law. What are you talking about? Oh man. Okay. Jen is Itadori's father, but let's keep reading. I don't want to stop this. What are you talking about? And we see Yuta having a conversation with Itadori. I am. What a relief. I think it was around September. Gojo Sensei came to see me. He asked me to watch over you. So I had to put on this act. Act? And we see Gojo Sotaro talking back then. I have got a bad feeling. If anything happens to me, I need you to take care of the current first and second year student, Yuta. If anything happens, like you getting a girlfriend, you're a comedian now, huh? Well, I can't imagine that would happen to you. I am I am especially concerned about the first year student Yuji Itadori. Just like you, he was up for a secret execution. If you could keep an eye out, I would appreciate it. Where is Miguel? He doesn't want to see you. Instead of allowing a different execution or having all information about you being hidden, I decided this work around was best. But they aren't dumb. So, in order to get Jujutsu headquarters to approve me as executioner, I entered a binding vow to kill you. So, I killed you. Sorry about that. Then why am I still alive? Because of reverse cursed technique. At the same time, your heart stopped. I instantly, I instant, I instantaneously healed you with reverse cursed technique. Not many people I know I can take positive energy as is and output it. I thought it might work based on what I have heard about you. Yeah, this is the second time your death has been staged. Given the circumstances, they may find out soon, but for a time they will officially consider your death sentence complete. Why are you doing all this? Because you are important to people who are important to me. I too once bore a power I couldn't handle. I thought it had been forced on me, but I had invented it upon myself. Sorry, I had invited it upon myself, but not you. The power you bear isn't your own. You aren't to blame. You don't understand. It it isn't about whether it's my fault, but Itadori and Magami shows up. Fushiguro, what are you doing? Let's head back to Jujutsu High. The barrier around the school is loosening, is losing as long as no one directly sees your face. It should be no problem for you to go back. We will rejoin the older students and stop. Don't act like everything is normal. Don't act like nothing happened. Sorry, but I can't die just yet. He resists, but I bet he's unsure of whether or not he deserves to live. That's why he held back when fighting me. I killed people. Because of me, lots of people died. It's our fault. Don't be selfish. Of course, you would say that and give up all alone. Sheesh. We aren't heroes fighting for justice. We are just jujitsu sorcerers. No one can ever truly judge us. So we must continually prove the worth of our existence. And we don't have the luxury of thinking about ourselves. We have just got some, we have just got to save some. I believe that was no, Fushiguro. It's because the original principle behind your action, as long as I am around, you will suffer. So start by saving me. Itadori. Noritoshi Kamo has made plans for those involved with Jujutsu to face off in Colin Game, and Tsusumaki is ensnared in that. So I am begging you, Itadori, I need your strength. That takes us to chapter 144. Noritoshi Kamo has made plans for those involved with Jujutsu to face off in a curling game, and Sumaki is ensnared in that. So I am begging you, Itadori, I need your strength. You are a strong kid, so help people. Okutosu Senpai, Sekuno is plotting something involving Fushiguro. He probably took over my body in Shibuya because I ate 10 fingers all at once. I have digested 15 fingers so far. Even if I ate all remaining 5 in one go, I doubt he would be able to take control, but if I ever switch with Sekuno again, don't hesitate to kill me. I think you could do that. Understood. I will do what I can. Wait, what? What should I do? Fushiguro, first, we will go back to Jujutsu High and contact Master Tenjin. We need to find out how to remove the seal on the prism ram. Also, what are Noritoshi Kamo's concentrate objectives and future moves? The curling game is jujutsu terrorism like never before. To fix this mess, we need to find the answers to these questions. And I think only Master Tejin knows. Maybe Tsukumo knows. I already spoke to her. This was her idea. She's hiding in Jujutsu High. She's hiding in Jujutsu High too. Hiding? She wants to avoid the higher ups. The problem is Master Tejin's concealing barrier. Over 1,000 doors are continually shuffling, but only one leads to tomb. Only one leads to the tomb of the Star Corridor where Master Tejin resides. And we can't contact Master Tejin if we don't pick the right one. Sorry, Fushiguro, I have to ask. What happened to Kogasaki? Oh, I get it. I get it. About the barrier. There may be a way past it. Oh, you were listening? So Choso comes out. He's been listening to their conversation. Oh, you were listening? What do you mean, Choso? Mahito once stole Sekuno's fingers. If we remember in the anime, Mahito once stole Sekuno's fingers and the death painting wombs, right? We can do the same thing. Long time no see, but not really. Maki senpai. Oh, hi, Maki. Is it okay for you to move around? Yeah, no problem. It can be helped with burn scars. Even reverse curse technique leaves a mark. I would expect nothing less from someone physically gifted through heavily through heavenly restriction. It was her inborn physical toughness, not curse tolerance, that saved her life. It's too bad about the business with the head of the family. Well, I wasn't going for it. Magami, what about Master Tejin's barrier? What about that? What about that? I will explain. Between the doors and the tomb lies the curse warehouse where Jujutsu High stores cursed tools and objects. It holds the remains of my young brothers Noriso, Shuso, Tensho, Sanso, Kosiso, and Chuso. Man, how many brothers does this guy have? He did say that he is an older brother of 10 or 9 siblings. I thought he was bluffing. He has a lot of brothers. Even if there are remains, with the 6 together, a side effect of my curse technique should provide some guidance. Good. That's fine, but who is this guy? For now, think of him as my big brother. So Itadori acknowledges him as his big brother. But they're not, are they related in blood? I don't know, guys. But let's keep going. Yuji, let's go. Dear, without a doubt, my brothers sleep beyond those doors. Let's open them. Let's go. Deep in, there is an elevator to the tomb. Choso, I know. I will return. Wait just a little longer. Bloodstains, what happened here? It was 11 years ago. Now that I think about it, that's when everything began to get distorted. Yeah, 11 years ago. And we remember when Zenin fought Gojo and Geto. Huh? Alright, everyone. The main shrine is through here. Damn it. There is nothing here. This is the main shrine? No, it's rejecting us. Tejin doesn't interfere with this world, but I thought contact was possible now that the 6 years are released. Sorry, now that the six eyes are released. No, now that the six eyes are sealed. Sorry, man. Whew, now that the six eyes are sealed, Maybe it isn't rejecting all of us, but only me. I was too optimistic. Let's head back. Tsukimi doesn't have time. Leaving so soon? It's a pleasure to meet you. Child of Zenin, child of the Zenin, Machi Zen's descendants. That painting worm? And Sekono's vessel. So this being appears to speak to them, which takes us to chapter 145. Aren't you gonna say hello to me? Tenjin? This guy, this person, Tenjin. This isn't the first time we have met. Yuko Tsukumo. Why did you close off the tombs of the Star Corridor? I was afraid you might be in alignment with Kenjaku. After all, I cannot see into the human heart. Kenjaku, the sorceress who was once Norishita Kumo and is now inhabiting the body of Sugoro Ghetto. Oh man. So someone is indeed inhabiting Ghetto's body. Two personalities. Okay, let's continue. The name suggests compassion and salvation. Give me a break. Master Tejin, why do you look like that? He sure has guts cutting in on an important decision. I may be immortal. I may be immortal, but I am not immune to aging. After 500 years, you would look like this too. For real? 11 years ago, after failing to merge with a star plasma vessel, my aging accelerated and my self awareness as an individual diminished. The very word became myself. So there wasn't another star plasma vessel then. And that's why your voice doesn't proliferate. Excuse me, but we came to ask about Kenjaku's objectives and how to open the prison realm. Will you tell us what you know? I wish I could simply say yes, but there is no there is one condition. Yuta Okotsu, Yoki Tsukumo, and the death painting worm. Two of you must remain here to serve as my guards. Guards? Aren't you immortal? Are you worried about the seal? No fair. You haven't even told us why or for how long we had have to do it. So then, shall I speak of Kenjaku? His objective is to force the evolution of all human beings throughout the land of Japan. We heard that, but what exactly does he intend? Why didn't Kenjaku use your barrier that time and turn everyone in Japan into sorcerers via ideal transfiguration? He lacks the cursed energy to do that. Cursed energy that has been refined through Uzumaki cannot return to the sorcerers. Triggering an evolution in each individual with a cursed technique is incredibly inefficient. The method of evolution that Kenjaku has chosen is the merging of mankind and me. Is that even possible? Isn't that impossible for anyone but a star plasma vessel? But you are one person, right? Okay, isn't that impossible for anyone but a star plasma vessel? Yes, the way I was before, but now that I have evolved for the past 11 years, it would not be impossible for me to merge with someone other than a star plasma. But you're one person, right? How could you merge with multiple people? I am not what you see before you at this moment. My evolved soul exists all around us. As I said, myself is now the world itself. A human who merges with me transforms into something greater than a sorcerer. As a new being that is both there and not here. I possess barrier techniques, so I am able to obtain this form and self control even after evolving. However, if humankind evolves, and even if only one person only one person rages out of control, the world will end. Why? There would be no boundaries between individuals, so evil would spread instantaneously. The impurity of 100 million people would flood the world, right? The impurity of 100 million people will flood the world. What just happened to Tokyo would happen to the entire world. Why would Kenjaku do that? I do not know. As I said, I cannot read the human heart. So why don't you just refuse to merge? That is the problem. Now that I have evolved, I am more cursed spirit than human being. That makes me a target for cursed spirit manipulation. Huh. While they are talking, Ghetto shows up considering Kenjaku's ability as a sorcerer. Okay, we don't know if Ghetto showed up, but we see his face. That makes me a target for cursed spirit manipulation. And everyone is surprised considering Kenjaku's ability as a sorcerer. He might be able to seize me. He might be able to Size me the moment we encounter each other. No, it's actually seize, guys. Seize. Seize me the moment we encounter each other. That is why my main body is rejecting everything at the tombs of the Star Corridor. And the reason you want guards, right? Yes, Kenjaku is the second most powerful barrier user after me. I do not know when he will undo the seal on the tombs. Why now? Kenjaku prevented a merging with a star plasma vessel and forced your evolution and wants to consume and control you through cursed manipulation. Apparently, he was involved with Sekina, so he's been a sorcerer for at least 1,000 years. So why now? I, the star plasma vessel, and the six eyes are all connected by fate. In the past, Kenjaku has twice Kenjaku has twice lost to sorcerers of the six eyes. The second time he took no chance and killed the star plasma vessel and six eyes less than 1 month after they were born. Nonetheless, on the day of merging, the six eyes and star plasma appeared. After that, Kenjaku switched to sealing instead of eradicating the six eyes and began searching for the prison realm. Because two barriers two barriers of the six eyes cannot appear at the same time. But then the unexpected happened 11 years ago when Toji Zenin intervened. He was physically gifted through heavenly restoration, and on top of that, he was an anomaly who had escaped from cursed energy. As a human being who had escaped fate through the power of restoration, he destroyed our destinies. Then came along a body with cursed manipulation. Suddenly, all the pieces had come together except for the prison realm. Then, even that fell into his hands 6 years ago. So, why is curling game happening? It is like breaking in the body prior to me. It is like breaking in the body prior to merging. It is not impossible to merge with someone other than a star plasma vessel, but it is highly unlikely and would be incomplete at present. The crawling games uses the player's cursed energy and the boundaries binding barriers in a ritual for conveying the human beings for conveying the human beings of this country to the other side. Through that custom, he will begin the merging with me. However, in order to perform such a ritual, Kenjaku has undertaken certain binding vows. One stipulates that he is not the game master. However, this does not work in your favor because the curling game will not end even if you kill him. The game will continue until all the players are dead or all the players refuse participation and die. The clause mentioning long lasting additions to the rules ensures that nothing can interrupt the ritual. Which means, huh? 6. Excluding the point value of a player's own life. Players may expend 100 points to negotiate with the game master to add one new rule to the curling game. We have no choice but to participate in the curling game and add a rule whereby Sumiki and other unwilling participants can get out. We should also free Gojo Sensei. That guy could settle everything all on his own. Master Tejin, first, decide who stays. I will stay. Yuji, you absolutely need Okotsusu or this woman's cooperation, especially in Norishita Norotoshi Kumo. If Kenjaku comes here for Tejin, ending his life means salvation for my little brothers. And I am not done talking to Tejin. Is that all right, Okotsusu? Yeah. I don't want to leave the others. Thank you. This is necessary for freeing Satoru Gojo. And he puts his hand into some type of a warping dimension and pulls out a type of box. It is the back of the prison realm. Back? I have never heard of that. You mean like a back gate? Yes, that is right. Before Kenjaku found it, the prison realm was outside my barrier. I believe it was overseas. By sealing this rare gate, I was hiding the existence of the front. But it was no use. Satoru Gojo is also sealed inside this rare gate. Then, if we open it, we can. No, the authority to open the gate rests with Kenjaku as the barrier of the front. Breaking it open requires either the invented spear of heaven, that nullifies cursed techniques, or the black robe that disrupts and cancels cursed technique effects. But Satoru Gojo sealed the inverted spear of heaven overseas 11 years ago, or destroyed it. Why why would you do that, sensei? And last year Satoru Gojo got rid of all the black robes. All the black robe. Why would that guy do that? Actually, I looked for the remaining black robe with Miguel in Africa, or that's why, oh, that's why you went overseas, huh? Yes, but it was a fruitless effort. But there is a way, right? Yes. Among the players participating in the curling game is a sorcerer from 1,000 years ago who calls herself an angel. Her curse technique can extinguish any cursed technique. Hana Kurusu, crawling game player Hana Kurusu. This takes us to the last chapter, and it says that chapter 146, this chapter is not available yet. We will update this page as soon as it's available. Okay, the chapter is not available yet. So let me change from chapter 134 to chapter 145 plus 0.1 to 0.4. So let's go to 0.4, I mean 0.1, because I did promise that I'm going to take a look at the zeros. Hopefully this will be fast enough, or the, you know. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. Carrying out his secret execution? That's ridiculous. But he's okay with it. He's just a 16 years old kid. We don't know how many more people will be killed by the curse that leaves us with. It's fine. We will look after Yuta Okotsu at Jujutsu High. Jujutsu High 2017 Fushiguro Okotsu. In Namaki, during the Senda mission, it's been a while, Okotsu. Stay away. Come on, man. Don't be mean. You can't. Do you know how much I want to punch you? Did you hear about the transfer student starting today? Apparently, he crammed four of his classmates into a locker. He killed them. Tuna mayo. Nope. Word is they only suffered severe injuries. If he's cocky, I will rough him up a bit. Fish flakes. What's this? Yuta Okotsusu. That was a knife. I tried to kill myself, but Rika wouldn't let me. Yex, you are kinda gloomy. Today is your first day at your new school. I am not going. I don't want to I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. So I am not going outside. But you will be lonely. The curse attached to you can help people depending on how it's used. Learn to control its power. Then you can decide whether throwing it all away is worth it. Chapter 1, The Cursed Child. Transfer student incoming. Let's get the party started. I hear he's quite the punk. As for being nice to that kind of guy, no thanks. Selman, well, whatever. Come on in. The atmosphere feels really chilly. Gonna give him the silent treatment. And he comes with a weird cursed spirit with him. I am Yuta Okutsu. Nice to meet you. This is some sort of test? Hey, don't you don't you know you're cursed? This is a place to learn about curses, not a place for people who are cursed. Normally, the average number of unexplained deaths and missing persons exceeds 10,000 annually. The majority are the result of negative energy that flows out of people, the result of a curse, the result of a curse. There are cases that are also the result of evil curse users. You have to fight curses with curses. Here, we learn about curses in order to exercise curses. This is Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High. You're telling me this now? Didn't you tell him? My bad. Oh, I would step away if I were you guys. Shukru. Don't bully me. Wait, Rika. Yuta. So Rika is a type of cursed spirit that protects him or something. Special grade cursed human. Yuta Okutsu. Special grade vengeful cursed spirit. Rika. Record 6 years ago, Sendai City, Miyagi Prefecture. Yuta, happy birthday. Yeah, I can. Yeah, can I open it? Sure, I can open it. I said sure. A ring? It's an engagement ring. Engagement? It's for a promise. It means when we grow up, we will get married. Hey, someone call for an ambulance. Hey, someone call for an ambulance. Idiot, can't you see? She's beyond saving. Her dad's crushed. Her dad's. Sorry, not her dad. Idiot, can't you see? She's beyond saving. Her head's crushed. Rika! Okay. Yuta. Twitch. Huh? Yuta! When we grow up, let's get married. It's a promise. Oh, okay. The vow that Yuta made with Rika, and Rika head is crushed, and her curse technique or whatever clinged onto Yuta. So that's all it is. He's cursed by Rika, the girl who loves him. This is Rita. This is Yuta Okutsu. Everyone, get along, okay? Attacking Yuta may or may not activate Rika's curse. Too late. Anyway, just be careful. They are going through a rebellious phase, so I will just make some quick introduction, okay? Feels like you are the troublemaker. Curse 2 user Maki Zenin. She uses special tools to exercise curses. Cursed speech user Togi Unumaki. He kind of looks like Itadori for a bit, but it's Unumaki. Yeah, the speech curse user. His vocabulary is limited to rice ball ingredients. So good, so good. Log talking to him. Panda, I am Panda. Nice to meet you. Well, that's about it. No explanation for the one I was most curious about. So, including you three humans and one animal, that makes four first years. Our afternoon practical jujutsu class is going to be conducted in Paris. Toji and Panda pair up. Maki and Yuta pair up. Good. She said good. I'm looking forward to working with you. You were bullied, weren't you? Thought so. I would totally pick on you too. I wonder if it's because of the curse. You act like a good person, but it feels fake. It's gross. You're being protected, so why play the victim? I bet you have been I bet you have been passive your whole life. Without any goals, Jujutsu High ain't that easy. That's enough, Maki. Fish flakes, fine. Whatever. Sorry about that. She can be a little harsh sometimes. It's fine. She's not wrong. Where are we? This is just an elementary school. An elementary school where kids have gone missing. Missing? Schools are prime locations for curses. A curse probably manifested here naturally. Were the kids attacked by a curse? Yeah, two that we know of. Two that we know of. Crowded places with lots of memories tend to generate curses. Schools, hospitals, people's memories feed negative emotions into those places. Regret, hate, shame, and that results in a curse like the one here. Exorcise the curse, rescue the kids, and retrieve the dead, if any. Emerge from darkness, blacker than darkness. Purify that which is impure. It's turning into night. That's a certain. I will. That's a curtain. I will make you guys invincible to the outside world and reveal the curse. It's also easily deactivated from inside. Okay then, don't go. Get snap in. They are coming. What should we do? Be quiet. Is a lesson. Here is a lesson for you. Curses. Team up if they are weak. Okay, she says curses team up if they are weak. I guess the same applies to humans. Wow, one swing. So Maki is able to dispatch these cursed spirit. And Yuta says, wow, one swing. Come on, let's go. Where? Inside the school, of course. Aren't you scared, Zenin? Don't call me by my last name. Oh, sorry. It seems like there should be ghosts. Well, I can sense they are already where despite the curtain, there aren't many curses around. No, there are. They just aren't attacking. Is it because of Okutsu? Hey, yes? What grade level are you? Huh? Jujutsu sorcerers are assigned grades ranging from 1 to 4. But I just got to Jujutsu High. Forget it. Just show your school ID. You got one from the blindfolded idiot. Here you go. So Yuta gives Maki his ID. Well, if you have no experience, I would guess you are grade 4. Special grade? And we see here his student ID. special grade higher than grade 1. This has to be some kind of a joke. Zenin, behind you! And this cursed spirit, huge cursed spirit, shows up. Damn it! Kinda big, aren't you? And Maki goes after it. What? Choomp! Thanks for the meal. I dropped my cursed tool. Let us out of here. So the being swallows Maki and Yuta. Where are we? Inside the curse? Don't pass out on me. We got eaten. Where is that curse of yours when we need it? I never know when she will come out. What are we gonna do? Once the curtain deactivates, we can expect help. So embarrassing. Huh? Please. He's dying. Were the kids attacked by curse? Yeah, two that we know of. Good, they are alive. And we see the two kids. Not good. Take a closer look. The bigger kids cursed too. The bigger kids cursed too. It's only a matter of time before they die. What? What are you? Are we gonna die? Are we gonna do? Okay, let me read that again. What are we gonna do? Nothing. We wait for help. Not everyone has resistance to curse like you. Huh? Zenin? Zenin? And Zenin falls on the ground and her right leg, is starting to mutate. What's this wound? Is it curse? She is gonna die. Please, help us. But I can't. Okotosu, seriously, why would you enroll at Jujutsu High? To do what? What would you want? What would you expect? I didn't want to hurry anybody anymore. No, I didn't want to hurt anybody anymore. I tried to run away and disappear, but he said I would be lonely. I couldn't disagree. I want to be with people. I want to be relied on by somebody. I want to believe that it's okay to keep living. Then exercising, start exorcising curses. You need to exorcise them and keep on exercising them. As for your own feelings and other people's respect, you will be fine in due time. That's what Jujutsu High is all about. Rest in peace, Rika. Snap. Yeah? Lend me your power. And in that moment, Yuta did tell Itadori that he once bore a power that he couldn't control at some point. So this is his storyline when he was younger. Jolt, split, and this huge cursed spirit emerges. Huh? Who are you? Shut up. Freaky. So this is the true identity of special grade vengeful cursed spirit Rika Oromoto. Orimoto. Okay. Women sure are scary. Rika likes red. Where is blue? Huff huff. Everyone, just a little more. I gotta get everyone to Sensei. While Rika is distracting that curse, don't fall. Not yet. So Yuta is now carrying Maki, the two kids with him at the same time. Haven't you decided that haven't you decided that now is a good time for a change? You can do it, Yuta. Yeah, I can do it. Welcome back. You did it. They said Maki and the kids will be fine. Good. You don't look too revealed. You don't look too relieved. For the first time I summoned Rika. I see. That's a step forward then. I remembered something. It's a promise when you and I grow up, we will get married. Sure. That means we will be together forever and ever. Maybe Rika cursing me. Maybe I am the one cursing Rika instead. I have always believed that love manifests the most distorted curses. Sensei, I am going to unravel Rika's curse at Jujutsu. Hi. And that's um that is 1.0. I'm going to stop it here, guys. I'm going to stop it at 1.0. When chapter 146 comes out, when chapter 146 comes out, then I will read that. I'll read chapter 146 plus 0.2. I'll keep doing it like that because I'm sure chapter 146 it won't be that long, like, you know what I mean. So I'm going to read chapter 146 when it does come out plus 0.2, and if we have time I may also increase it to 0.3, but for now I'm going to stop it here. So thank you guys for joining me. You guys are awesome. Continue to stay safe, stay classy, and keep on keeping on.